all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of Banter30 Football Podcast. I'm your host, Mark. We got Lacazette, Lion. I'm here with my two co-hosts here, Vitu. You'll never walk alone. I can't pronounce his last name. And we're going to go with Jimmy, the Deuce Decima, a.k.a. the Man City oil money fan over here. So, if you guys have been following us, we've been doing a transfer series saga over the last couple weeks to last month, going into the start of the transfer window. We've done most of the top teams in the EPL and Real Madrid. Today we're going to be focusing on the Chelsea Blues, aka London's second team, and we're going to go ahead and talk about how much money they're going to be spending, what's going on with Conte, what's going on with all the guys over there. I could care less because, I hate them. But other people seem to like them. So we're going to go ahead and talk a bit about them. So V2 and Jimmy, I'm going to be asking you guys some questions about what their transfer dealings have been so far, what you're looking like they're going to be so far. I see the 4 questions that we normally go through. So I'll just run it back down for some of the fans that haven't, the first-time listeners. The first question we normally talk about is the needs of the team from our perspective. Second question would be how much willing to spend in terms of over and under. Third, I know this is not in the same order as last week's, but I'm just going through. Okay. So, right, second, we just went with second. So third would be realistic transfers in terms of their realistic transfer options. And then fourth, we do the dream signing, who you would think, since none of us are Chelsea fans, we'll just talk about Chelsea's dream signing in terms of if they could sign anybody to make their team instantly better. Let's say they win Champions League next year, who would it be? Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
And I also wanted to add into it, we can talk about the guys, the players that might actually leave too as well. So I wanted to add that in last week and add that in this week. Player that's most likely to leave your club. You guys think about that?
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
All right. Sounds good. So we're going to start with the needs. I don't know how you make that Chelsea team better. Conte has made that team pretty well to begin with, but let's start with Jimmy. Who do you think, what position do you think is the biggest need for Chelsea going to the next season?
Well, should I start?
Yeah.
Well, the Matic is going. I think they only have like 3 starter for the midfield. Cesc Fabregas, Conte, and Matic. Those are like the main 3 they have on the roster. So, and it seems like Matic is gonna leave for Manchester United. That's the rumors. So they need to bring in another DM that will fill in the gap, and they're trying to bring in Bakayoko at the moment.
Bakayoko.
It's crazy ass name.
Bakayoko, yes.
Yeah, is it Bakayoko? I think it's Bakoyoko. But I'm not sure if it's Bakayoko or Bakoyoko.
With a name like that, you're born to play some type of sport. You will not be a regular cashier with a name like Bakayoko.
Yeah. You be in the NBA or playing soccer.
You are destined to play. You are destined to become a professional athlete somehow, some way.
That's true. That is true.
But yeah, Bakayoko. That's So you say the first need would definitely be the
DM. I think the DM position. Well, actually, I wouldn't go as far to say like that's like the main thing, because they also need a left back at the moment, and they're trying to get Sandro, from Juventus. That's also a really big thing they need at the moment.
Is a wing back, but what happened to Marcos Alonso? Isn't he playing wing back over there?
That's one thing. That's what I don't understand.
Well, according to most of the Chelsea fans I have talked to, it seems like Marco is lacking certain things they need in like the players. Yeah, I LOL at that too. They think he's not pacey enough, which I don't get.
God.
And then his strength. His strength is he doesn't have enough strength, and I was just like, man, based on what I've seen, every single time I watch Chelsea, every time I happen to catch up a game, it seems like he's either assisting or scoring a goal. I don't know what else they want. He does well.
It's funny because
well in defense.
You know, it's funny because Jimmy, you're a Real Madrid fan. I'd expect you to kind of like have some sort of like wavelength with them because you guys are like, kids in a candy shop. You and Chelsea, you Real Madrid fans and Chelsea fans.
Not anymore though. Not anymore. For the past 3 seasons, we haven't been like that. So.
Oh really? So you guys gained some sense with Chelsea fans.
Hey, we're winning Champions League, so that means we must be doing something right.
Yeah. Ooh, 3 seasons. You guys are on a roll, huh? Frugal spenders over here.
Shut up, Mark. Why you gotta?
Just saying.
Yeah, man. We've been learning, buying all the youngsters, all the talented youngster, and loaning them out and bringing them back in, But anyway, it's not about Real Madrid. It's
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are like twins, man.
That's like the Real Madrid of EPL.
Anyway, what's the third position?
The third position. I like how you guys are just letting me doing all the work right now. Fuck y'all niggas.
No, we're just
edit that out.
So you're saying the biggest need would be at the. You're saying the biggest need would be
actually they have multiple position. Though. To be fair, they have like the center mid. If Matic leave, because they only have 3 midfielders, main 3 midfielders for the midfield role, and they need a center back because they also need a center back, and it seems like they're looking at Rudiger, but Rudiger seems to be all over Europe, going, it seems like Man City want to hijack that transfer. Other clubs want Rudiger too, so I don't know if it's gonna be 100% sure they're gonna get Rudiger, but they need a center back. For sure, because if Cahill or Lewis get hurt, they're gonna be in trouble. They got Zuma. They still got Zuma on the roster, but they still need they at least need 4 center backs. You just the season is long and there's a lot of games.
I see. All right, so V2, looks like you don't share those sentiments. So, what would you say their biggest need is at the positions right now?
Well, first, it's like Diego Costa's going to leave, so striker.
Ooh. So you're sure he's going to leave? Because what I'm hearing is, Atletico was the team that wanted him, but they're on that transfer embargo or that transfer ban. So,
but, I mean, what about that Chinese club that he was ready to leave for in January?
It seems like they've cooled down since the summertime, and we've been hearing less and less. But yeah, you're right. If they do leave, so who'd you say that replacement player is going to be? Is it looking like Lukaku? Is that looking like
It's Lukaku. I think Lukaku has he's like that ex-girlfriend that just gets dumped and just keeps coming back. So I think he's going to want to get back to Chelsea and prove his point.
Old Faithful, huh?
So, yeah, they're probably gonna fuck him over in 2 seasons and send him out and sell him or some shit like that. But
but hey, he's got a love for the club, so I think he's gonna go back to Chelsea. So I think Lukaku, that's one target. And then I agree with Jimmy. If Matic leaves, of course, Bakayoko will fit in. Now, where I kind of am at crossroads, because I'm a big fan of Marcus Llorente. I think he's probably, he's practically the only left wing back used in the Premier League until everybody started copying, but he was the best. He was the best left wing back in the Premier League.
Marcos Alonso?
Yep. Left wing back. Not left back, left wing back.
I understand.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and then there's Victor Moses on the other hand, who's a makeshift. Now, I would say they would sign a right wing back. Because I feel like maybe Victor Moses. Even though Victor Moses had a brilliant season, both of them had brilliant seasons, and they should be starters. But
so how do you? So you're saying his reward for having a great season is them signing another wingback?
No, that's the point.
You need a backup.
I would say, yeah, that's what I meant. I would say they would need a backup, but then they're talking about Alexandro, and Alexandro compared to Marcus Llorente. Come on, man.
Marcus Alonso.
I feel like Marcus Llorente. Marcus Alonso. Yeah, sorry about that. I feel like Sandro could definitely bench Marcus.
Sandro's arguably a top 3 left back in the world as of right now.
Exactly.
So
exactly. And then if they were to go out and get a right wing back, let's say just give me a name. I don't. They haven't been really linked strong.
Danilo. They're trying to get Danilo, but that's a right.
Danny Alves is out there.
Yeah.
Well, Danny Alves is going to City, 100%.
Yeah, he's going to City.
Well, not 100%, but 99%.
Yeah, but you get my point. I feel like Victor Moses, I think he's kind of cemented his role as a starter. But, however, if they need backup at right wing back. So I'll probably say right wing back would be the third position. But I also want to give a shout out to center back because I feel like Cesar Azpilicueta was played out of position, even though he played brilliantly there as well.
Yeah.
So, you know. So.
All right. I mean,
I
feel like
about the left wing back. There's going to be a lot of games. Chelsea's going to be in the Champions League next year, and if they go deep, you know, and then so they need somebody else. I mean, they're going to get whoever's going to be the backup is going to get a lot of minutes. So it doesn't really. I don't think it's going to be a big issue. But
yeah, because I mean, there are several instances last season where it's like whoever's playing right wing back, Pedro would play right wing back and fill in if Victor Moses wasn't playing, or like somebody like Azpilicueta played right wing back and he wasn't really as great, especially in the Man United game. So I mean, I feel like they do need backup there in that position. Left wing back, I mean, yeah, they do need backup in both, but it'd be tough to sign somebody absolutely great and bench Marcos Llorente or Victor Moses.
Well, retracting back to the center forward position, right? It seems like Atletico Madrid want to sign Diego, but they're gonna, sign him and not use him for 4 months, similar to what happened with Suarez. Or maybe they're gonna loan him. They're just gonna keep him at Chelsea.
I heard they would loan
January
him, and
transfer
one of
window.
the clubs interested was Palmeiras in Brazil.
Palmeiras, really?
Yeah. No, that was one of the clubs that was interested, but they were kind of entertaining that. It might be bullshit now, but I mean that's what I read. That's what kind of sparked my interest. I was like,
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Diego Costa being welcomed back. Being welcomed back to Brazil,
him, right?
In Brazil, they're gonna kill him. They're gonna eat him alive. I don't think you want. I don't think he would like to go back.
Atletico can't legally sign him until next year, correct? Because isn't that they're on that transfer ban. So even if they were to try to sign him and loan him, that couldn't happen until next year either way.
No, they can sign players. They can sign players. They just can't use them. They can't register them, but they can sign them.
They can't register.
So pointless.
Yeah,
Suarez was signed by Barcelona, but they couldn't use him for 4 months.
I thought it was a different. I thought it was a different transfer ban than what Barcelona.
Nah, it's still the same things. It's like Real Madrid almost got hit with that, but for some reason we escaped.
Oh, for some reason. Oh, funny.
Right. It's like, oh shit, we escaped.
So as we digress, or as we move forward from the biggest needs to the realistic signings, we spoke about Alexandro and quite possibly Bakayoko. I think Bakayoko is probably the biggest name we've heard. Well, not the biggest, but the most recent name to come out, and it looks like it's going to be their first signing. So how do you guys think Bakayoko is going to fit in, especially if Matic's going the other way?
Actually, I think Caballero is their first signing, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, Caballero he already signed. Well, you want to take this one, Vito, or do you want me to go?
How is Bakayoko going to fit?
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, I feel like him and Conte. You basically sort of getting a more physical Conte.
That is exactly what I said. That is exactly yes.
A more physical, more powerful Conte. Because I mean, I would have expected Chelsea would have gone with somebody who was slightly more ball playing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So somebody that could have complemented, Conte, who's doing a lot of the hard work.
Exactly.
But they've literally gone with that's going to be a power midfield. It'll be interesting to see how they
the similarity between the two of them is just too it's way too similar. I feel like Matic and Conte or Conte says, really complemented each other well last season. You got the ball playing and then you got the ball winning player. But I feel like Bakayoko and Conte are way too similar in my opinion. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work out, because if you get you're not gonna get anything different. It's just too
I don't think way too similar, but they do have similarities. They're sort of like box to box engines. One slightly
more DM.
Of course, he's
retract.
Technical. I mean,
Yeah,
Bakayoko seen him. He's a little bit of a trickster. He
probably
likes to
a little bit
but,
better on the ball than Conte. It's tough to say, but Conte's definitely more. I think
there's
Conte.
not much of a difference, man.
I think Conte's more of a
not much
tactician.
difference. I don't think so. I think their ability on their ball is pretty much
just from
similar.
what I've seen from Bakayoko.
Yeah. I may be wrong.
He's definitely his first touch is really good for a D mid for his age as well. Conte's first touch is actually really good too. I think the difference probably lies between Conte being more of more efficient and tactically aware. I think Bakayoko gets
Efficient.
out of position sometimes because he's young. He's gonna take him. And I think Conte's experience. He's very seldom out of position. Very, 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 and that's probably the best thing about him.
I may be wrong for saying this, but he kind of remind me of Yaya Toure back in the day when he used to take the ball and just ram through the opposition.
He's
midfield.
definitely tenacious.
He does kind of power through.
Yeah, his
I've seen it several
tenacity.
times in the league, huh?
His tenacity is going to be something Chelsea is going to love. Between him and Conte in the middle, is going to be very hard for teams to break down.
Yeah, like I was going to say, those midfield battles versus Tottenham are going to be really interesting now with Dembele and Wanyama up against Bakayoko and.
Rudiger is a very good center back.
So what about
I followed him a little bit in his time at Roma.
Rudiger, is
he a ball playing center back, or is he a really,
okay,
strong?
No, he's both. Okay, but then I wouldn't say he's great on the ball, like brilliant on the ball. Okay. But at the same time, he makes mistakes. But at the same time, he's a very good center back, especially at the Confederations Cup. He was brilliant, in my opinion. Brilliant. I mean, him and Shula and Mustafi. They were brilliant. And I feel like here's one thing though with Germany and Chelsea that I noticed, especially when I was looking at Rudiger. Germany played with the back five. Chelsea played with the back three because I feel like the wing backs for Germany stayed back. Kimmich and Hector were not really bombing forward. It was always that front.
Well, Chelsea's very disciplined too, though. Chelsea's back line
that were doing the work.
Well.
Chelsea are disciplined, but you know how the fullbacks, Alonso and Moses, were getting up that pitch. Now the thing is, if Rudiger is going to be exposed, I mean, could he be exposed in a back three formation? If a team is sitting back and hit on the break,
does he have pace? Does he have pace?
He has pace. But at the same time, there's questions over his concentration.
Okay.
And honestly, coming from Roma and coming from the Italian league, I think he learned a lot over there. Definitely,
especially in defensive aspect of the game.
Exactly. And he was paired with Kostas Manolas, who's another very, very good center back. Some would say he's a top 10. Some would say top 10 in the world.
Actually, also for Roma, I used to see him play right back and left back.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was just going to say that his versatility is actually what made it really well too, because he's played across the back line. So honestly, I was a really big fan of him. I wanted Arsenal to sign him instead of Mustafi. But I'm obviously not mad at Mustafi signing at all. But he's a very good center back. I think what Chelsea's trying to do is they understand how many more games they're going to be playing this year, and they understand that there are going to be some games where they might have to play Zuma, Rudiger, and David Luiz in the back three, or Aspilicueta could play in that back three, or you know what I mean. So I think Conte is definitely shoring up that back line and understands that defense wins championships. I don't think they're going to win I don't think they win the EPL next year, but I think
you don't think they're going to win the EPL next year?
I don't think so.
No, me neither. I don't think so as well.
Oh,
that's a different conversation though, for a different time.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
But I definitely do think Conte is doing all he can to make sure, they retain what they need to do and make a deep run in the Champions League. Because honestly, in the Champions League, to make a deep run, you have to have a solid back line. You have to. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a solid back line,
and they need more than just. I think they need a little bit more than just Rudiger. I think they need to get maybe promote somebody from their B team, or probably bring in a backup.
Yeah, because Christensen is Andreas Christensen. Somebody that's been.
I've heard his name a lot.
I've heard of that
through the rafters.
But I mean, Chelsea have a lot of players who are being loaned out who are defenders as well. So,
well, they have about 30, 40 players through their loan system. They which a lot of teams and a lot of other coaches have been critical about, because of the fact that they have this loan farm where they just loan 30 players, 30, 40 players almost through their loan system that are on loan right now. You know what I mean? That they just buy and sell. But, if it works, it works. So
moving on to the striker position, what do you think? They talk about Morata, but it seems like Morata is going to go to Manchester United. So what about Lukaku? What do you guys think he will bring to the table? That's different. That's a little different from what Diego Costa used to do. for them.
More power, more pace. More power, more pace. But Diego Costa has more experience. That's just my opinion.
Would you say Lukaku's more powerful than Diego Costa though? Diego Costa is a very powerful striker, man. I would
Diego
say.
Costa very okay. Here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. Diego Costa is powerful, but he's more gritty and he's more dirty of a player.
Oh yeah, of course he's more dirty, but power is
power.
Yeah,
though. He would definitely get into the center back's head, but I feel like in terms of power, man, like Lukaku's known for
like
that. Just
Drogba type, like the type they used to have back in the day. Drogba, is there like any similarity between him and Drogba at all? Because it seems like the fans are still looking for that Drogba. Even though I feel like Diego Costa actually filling the gap.
I think they play a different system though than what they were used to with Drogba. But I think look, here's the thing, man. With me, I rate Lukaku for what he did at Everton. I personally think he should stay. But I understand.
He's got ambition.
Hold on. I understand why he's trying to further his career. With that being said, though, it's not gonna be a like for like swap between Lukaku and Costa. There's gonna be a lot of things Lukaku does better, but Costa, a lot of people I don't like. I'll tell you straight out. I'm not a big fan of Costa. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan and the battles we've had, but
neither do I. I don't want him back in Atletico.
A lot of people underrate
as a person or as a player,
as both as a person as a player. But a lot of people underrate the things that Costa does. Diego Costa, for his size, is a very, very good dribbler. Very, very, very good fox in the box, if you could say.
So he's more technical than he's more technical on the ball than.
Oh, most definitely.
Lukaku.
It's not even.
You guys can talk about you guys can talk about the technical side and his ball playing, but it's his mentality. I feel like he can get in defenders.
Oh yeah, of course, but it's not just that.
There's only two people. Only two people: it's Suarez and Diego Costa, who can definitely piss somebody off.
But it's not just getting in, because you still got to put the ball in the back of the net. And Diego, if you watch some of the goals he scored, yeah, his production dipped from when they won the title the first year. But I mean, considering the fact that you have a guy like Eden Hazard that's goal hungry too as well. He scored. I mean, Diego Costa has scored some very, very big goals for Chelsea in big games, and at times that they leaned on him, and he was able to do so. Now Lukaku subsequently has done the same thing for Everton. Is it going to be the same output? I think he'll score, but I think in big games, Lukaku, you have yet to see him play in that Champions League level and be that player is gonna really carry Chelsea over the edge, because of a Chelsea team like that, that's super defensive, that's gonna be able to close the borders, as you could say. You need a guy like Diego Costa that's gonna just get you a goal out of nothing. Lukaku has done that for Everton as well, but the question remains: can he go up a level? You know what I mean? You're gonna need him.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna ask. Do you guys think because Everton is not at the same quality of Chelsea,
Of course.
And he no shit, exactly. But maybe he's more suited to that type of teams. The team where he's like the big fish in a small pond. I don't know if it's gonna be this.
That's a very good point.
I don't know if it's gonna like that leap to Chelsea all of a sudden. Like a bigger club, Champions League, a lot more games.
Yeah,
you have people depends on you a lot more. To produce. I don't know if. What do you guys think?
That's a very good point. I feel like maybe okay, would you how would you compare that to his performances with Belgium? Because with Belgium, he's playing with, of course, Eden Hazard. He's playing with Kevin De Bruyne. He's playing with Dries Mertens around him. These kind of players around him, they're very technical and also experienced. And goal and everything. Do you think, from his Belgian performances, that he will be able to replicate that with Chelsea and come in and be mature enough to say, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and lead this line."
Football. Like, here's the thing, though.
It's a different system.
It's a different beast. It's a different system. It's a different beast.
Teams doesn't emphasize, different system, and then the tactical aspect of the game is a little different than club team. I feel like it's a little different in some aspect. So it's different, dude. You can't really go from international to a club team and you got 38 games in the season. In international, you only have like a couple games. And then you have Champions League, you have all these other things. And I don't think
But I'm talking about like if you watch a Belgium game and you see the way he plays. Yes, I understand like it's eight games a season, but like I mean, he's pretty decent in that Belgium side, especially with all the superstars that
That's
they have.
the thing. He's decent there,
So-
but he's not great like he is at Everton.
Yeah, he's not the main
You know?
man.
Because
Yeah,
he's
of
decent.
course.
He's decent for Belgium, and he's playing with other superstars too. And that would be the case when he goes to Chelsea. And we don't know if he's gonna be able to fit perfectly in because you need both technicality on the ball. I mean, we have no doubt about his power. Like his eye for goals. But Torres, remember when Torres happened? We thought Torres was gonna dominate when he go to Chelsea, but
His knee injury. It was a knee injury for Torres.
I think
we sold a broken product.
I think the main thing I hear what Jimmy's saying, and I agree with that, and I think really the big difference that we're gonna see is if technically he can take a step up, because that's really what it is. With Chelsea, they did rely on Diego Costa to do a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of times where he had to beat 2 or 3 men on the ball, and he was able to do so. He had to to beat a man and take a shot from outside the box, or he had, you know what I mean. So the powerful, the tenacity, I think Lukaku can match that, but it's the technical ability that's yet to be seen that I think that he may struggle with.
So you guys are Lukaku is mostly a poacher, in you guys' opinion.
No, because I mean it's different. I think it's funny with Lukaku, man. He has certain tendencies, qualities. Because for Everton, he likes to drift out wide. He's not afraid once the ball's at his. He has pace. He's not afraid once he gets the ball to try and beat his man. But at the same time, I feel like he's of course he's going to bring a lot to Chelsea. He can be in the box. He can head.
Which is what Diego Costa did. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you're not losing that tenacity. You're not losing that power. But at the same time, you may be losing that little bit of spark, that little bit of quality that Diego Costa used to give them at times.
To me, it's just experience, because like you hit it on the note in terms of big games, because Diego Costa, he did score a lot of goals in big games, but to me, Lukaku, when I remember we played against Everton, he didn't do anything against Lovren the entire game. Now that's partly because the supporting cast wasn't that great, but at the same time, that's worrisome if you can't really do anything to Lovren.
Does Chelsea, like the Chelsea system, do they do a lot of I know they do a lot of crossing, but it seems like most of the cross is on the ground. Low crossing instead of having the cross in the air. I mean, would that be a problem? I mean, I don't think. I mean, that could help because he's big, he's strong, he's really good. I think he's really good in the air, to be honest.
Lukaku's
maybe another option.
He's right in there, but
that's another option they could use, tactically speaking.
No, I mean they're great in the air. Both of them are though. Costa was great in the air. Lukaku's very good in the air too. So it's I don't think they're gonna lose there. And the crossing was really both sides. I mean they were whipping Victor Moses and Marcos Alonso
there were times also like when Conte last ditch you'd have 4 forwards in the line, 2 in midfield, 4 in the back, and you'd play a long ball. I think that's how they ended up winning the league with the goal from Michy Batshuayi. So I think Lukaku either way he can be a plan A and a plan B striker for them. So that's another option.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. All right, so we got that. We're looking at now over and under how much you think they're going to be spending in the market.
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead and say over. I mean, now over and under. What figure?
We'll call it 100 million.
Oh, damn!
They're gonna spend a lot more than that.
You think so?
Serious? Chelsea gonna spend?
Chelsea?
No.
Lukaku is gonna cost. I mean, it seems like everything is asking for 100 mil.
Yeah, they're actually. I think they'll settle for 80. I think he'll go for 80.
And then if they're gonna have to bring in Sandro, dude, that's gonna be hefty.
Lukaku going for 80 million?
Yeah. I mean, so. 70, I heard like the rumors are saying they want 100.
Yeah, but
they might end up getting 75, 80 for him.
I think they'll get 70. I think they'll get 70 for him. But with that, and let's say Bakayoko's with 35.
Bakayoko's
that's already over 100.
Dude, it's gonna be a lot more than that.
I think they quoted.
Look at the age.
40,
but I think it's gonna be more like in the 50 region. You know, he's
But
22,
even then,
isn't he?
that's still well over 100 million. And Alex Sandro. So yeah, I'm thinking they spend over 100 million.
Close to 200 mil. I think. This summer. Yeah,
200
that's what I
is a
think.
lot.
Yeah, it is because they need to bring in.
I'll just say it's going to spend over 100 mil. But go ahead.
Yeah, I say 100 too. Okay, so last but not least, as we'll wrap it up, we'll do the last few minutes. If they had a dream signing, let's say outside of Ronaldo and Messi, we'll call it a semi-realistic to realistic. I mean, I guess anything's realistic. Chelsea has the money, but if you're gonna say their dream signing, one player that they have to make their team better, who's that? Who's that gonna be? I'll go first if you guys want.
Me personally, Toni Kroos.
You have said you were 3 for 3 on Toni Kroos, man.
That's always your dream signing.
Okay, so Toni Kroos. Why would you say Toni Kroos? Give me a reasoning behind it.
Because I feel like he's gonna have Conte next to him. Because we see how Toni Kroos is with Germany, with the Kedira, deep, spraying the ball around, and then Lukaku likes to run on those long balls.
So
you have somebody like. And then they actually spread the field really well though. Like their wing backs is usually on the byline,
Mm-hmm.
And then Kroos can spray those balls pretty effectively, and he can help keep possession. That's another weapon you can have.
I see what you're saying. I mean, him and Conte would be pretty deadly.
Yeah.
So that definitely would be. What do you think? What do you think, Vitu?
It's all about the compliment, man. You just gotta compliment each other. It's all about the compliment. Mr. Kanji, what do you think?
Vitu.
Yeah. Damn. Toni Kroos. I would go ahead and just say Marco Verratti.
Same thing.
Marco Verratti. Yeah. It's the same thing. Same type of player, but I feel like Marco Verratti is just, I feel like he's more like deep lying. Deep lying. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Marco Verratti's Italian. Yeah, he can dribble the ball a little bit better, but Marco Verratti's Italian. He's gonna click off with Conte.
See, I think Marco Verratti.
They come from two different places, but French and Italian. This is gonna click. I mean,
no, I meant Conte.
Conte,
not
okay.
Conte. Conte,
okay.
Yeah, Antonio Conte. He'll be like Mario and Luigi or some shit. But yeah.
All right.
See, I think Verratti's a great signing, but you lose a lot of.
Yeah.
You lose that goal scoring ability with him and Conte playing center midfield, in my opinion.
What you mean when you have Eden Hazard in front of you and Lukaku? Come on.
Yeah, but he's not in front of you. He didn't. Well, I guess he is kind of in front of you. But if it were me, yeah. I'm going completely different from you guys. I think
Bonucci.
How the summer is going to go. If Costa leaves, in my opinion, I think it's the guy that they were supposed to get originally, and it didn't work out. It's Griezmann, man. I think if Griezmann goes to Chelsea, I think they're automatic contenders for the Champions League. I think Griezmann is the exact type of player that they could use with Eden Hazard. I think Griezmann makes Eden Hazard even better than he was this year because he has him and Hazard are the perfect types of players to link up with each other, and I think the quickness that they would have on counterattacks and how they are already at least, and just because of their coming from Atletico and that defensive team and the goal output he has there, I think with Chelsea and Eden Hazard it would have been that was, put it this way, I was really scared when I heard in January they were going after Griezmann, because I was like, holy shit, that's gonna be a different beast. So in my opinion, if the dream signing I think would have been Griezmann.
Well, it seems like all the Manchester United fans yelling about Griezmann has died down.
Oh well, he's not going anywhere. Yeah, he's not leaving Atletico, especily with their transfer.
Yeah, he said he's not leaving.
Yeah, he's not.
Yep.
He's not leaving. You know what? Good kudos to him, because I like
respect. I respect that.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect the fact that he's not chasing the money. Like Marco Reus. Reus doesn't have much of a choice either, but I like to see this
Marco
guy
Reus?
Yeah, I mean he's one of the ones that said a few times he wasn't going to leave the Dortmund to go to Bayern like all the rest of his friends. So I was just I respect guys like that want to stay and stay at their club and build their team. So I respect that. I respect that from Griezmann. But all right, so we've gotten through that. So we did the over and under. Any last thoughts on Chelsea? How do you think? I know we were going to do this later on in the summer, but how do you think if they make the signings that we're talking about? How do you think they do in let's just say in Champions League? We're not even talking about EPL. How do you think they do in Champions League?
Like Vitu said, we have to wait until preseason starts before we can make.
Correct. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. If they make those signings, how do you think they would fare in Champions League?
Well, and look, I'm gonna go out there and just say it. It's EPL teams. They're gonna get knocked out in the quarterfinals. Okay.
Well, yeah, it all depends on who they get drawn with, I guess you could say. But what do you think, V2?
Yeah, I mean, to me, I still think it's too early.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see. I don't see him going past the quarterfinal.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they make past the round of 16. It depends on who they get drawn with. Yeah, I don't think they make it out of 16.
They're not Arsenal now, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I like that. Or they could pull a Liverpool and just round 16 the last time. Yeah, I don't know. Just my thought.
Well, we all know Liverpool is going to get out of
in the group stage.
So
they don't have to worry about it.
They're going to go to Europa.
Anyways, boys. So
okay, we'll
wrapping up the transfer series with Chelsea. So we got that all situated and taken care of. Next week we are going to expand it a little bit more, do some more. Get some more news out for you guys. As it seems, the transfer season's already kicked off in July 1st, and there's already been so many signings, so many big names, so many more rumors. We want to keep you guys up to date, so we're going to be trying to do some more recording on that. Hey, if you guys have any ideas on any upcoming shows or you want your favorite team spoken about on the next podcast, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to Banter Football 30 podcast. Thanks. Have a good one.